Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savadutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vashakam Vitam Sham Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahakaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauradviche Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravata Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All right, so that was the first necessity. And the second one is that we wish you all a successful, savorful, Krishna-conscious New Year and onwards, 2024, 2025, 26, 27, and forever, because the soul doesn't die. So our bodies may come and go, but we give good wishes to you forever, we can say. So happily seeing so many devotees already gathered. And did I see Devashish Prabhu arrive? Yes, Devashish Prabhu is here. He's taking the London buses now and the London Underground. So he's just come in from a red bus, a London red bus, famous all over the world. So let us first bring the microphone to Devashish Prabhu. He is the MC and he's given us our topic for the day.
Dhanyavad Maharaj, and Dhanyavad to all the Vaishnavas. Happy to see you all. Especially happy to see Paramananda Prabhu. Europe side, very nice. Wish you could be with us here in London. Maybe a few days, that would be nice if you get a chance. Yeah. So today's topic, as you know, the New Year, time to walk the ancient path. So, we think about New Year, and a lot of people, they like to make New Year's resolution. Like, what can I do to make my life better from this year onward? We want to, they say, ring out the old and ring in the new. So, in as much as we want to leave behind all the bad connotations that are connected with our previous year or previous time, and start something new, start something fresh, start something auspicious that we think we can help us in our lives. But generally most people, it's an external thing. I'll get a gym membership and join the gym, get trim, get healthy, get whatever it is, or I'll cut out the beer, or cut out the smoking, or cut out whatever it is that people want to cut out, some vice, something which is bad for them. But what I wanted to more or less to stress from that is that we don't have to look for something new that we should be doing in our life, but rather we should be looking to try to follow that ancient path that the ancient seers have given to us. They've seen what it is that is necessary for us to walk that path that they have walked already. Sometimes it is explained in the scripture that they've made this boat that can help us to cross over the material ocean. But unlike a mundane boat, when they get to the other side, we find that they've left the boat behind for us also come on board, if you like. So, and it's still here. That boat is still here. That opportunity. Of course, we're very, very fortunate in this Kali age that Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Dev has come as not just as the Juga avatar, but as the avatari, and he's come to give what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has said, Anarpita chirim chirat karune avartina kalo samarpaitam unato jalarasam sabakti shriyam. And so he's saying that what you have come to give, Lord, has never been given by any incarnation ever before. Even Lord Krishna has not given what you've come to give. So Lord Krishna, when he came in this last Dharpada Yuga, he came as Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, the original Krishna, again, not just as the Juga avatar, but it showed his original form to the world and his original pastimes. But we find that those pastimes, they were confined to a select group. They weren't on display to one and all. So, but the fortune is that when Krishna appears as Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, then the Kali Yuga after that, which is where we are now, then the Lord appears as Swayam Bhagavan Chaitanya Dev. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his fullness as the avatari, as the origin of all avatars. And he has come to give full-fledged Krishna consciousness. So that thing which Krishna showed, that Ujjala Rasa, Madhura Rasa, Krishna Prema, Mahaprabhu has come to distribute that to everybody without any question of their qualification or disqualification. It is a gift, as Guru Maharaj said, the golden gift of the golden Lord, that he wants to bestow that upon everyone. So if we are to make a resolution this new year, and today is the 1st of January, so this is the time, then that resolution should be that I want to make myself open to receiving that gift that the Lord has come to bestow upon us. So as we heard from Srila Govinda Maharaj many times, he said, you make yourself a fit receiver for that. Because the waves of that, the waves of Krishna Prema, they're flowing always. They're flowing in this material world by the grace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. That wave of Krishna Prema is flowing, just like the waves, radio waves, are flowing through the air. But we can't perceive them unless we have, a proper receiver for that, like a transistor radio or whatever it is, DAB radio now, and they tune it in to the right channel, and that which is imperceivable to us, that sound vibration becomes clear, and we're able to receive that. So we have that receiving apparatus within us. Our soul is able to receive that transmission from the spiritual world. So all we have to do is make ourselves a proper recipient for that. So that, sounds easy. And I guess it is easy for those who are able to do that. For most of us, it's not quite so easy as we might think. But we have no other choice. Let's make ourselves into a proper receiver. As Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, our Param Guru, whose disappearance day we observed yesterday, as he would often said, first deserve, then desire. So make yourself a proper person to deserve those gifts, and then you can desire those things. First deserve and then desire. So that means make yourself a fit recipient for that grace. And all that requires is sincerity, a sincere heart that, yes, I sincerely want to receive that. And you'll get that because that's what Sri Chaitanya Dev, his very raison d'etre, his very reason for being or for coming to this material world is, in Guru Maharaj's words, the Lord's loving search for his lost servants. So at least there we can qualify, yes, I am one of those lost servants. So as they often say in New Age circles, what you are seeking is also seeking you. So this is very true in the case of Krishna consciousness. What we are searching, that Krishna prema, that ecstatic love of Godhead, that is personified in Sri Chaitanya Dev, and he, excuse me, he has come to search for us, and not just that we're created to suffer birth, death, old age, disease again and again and again in this material world. The Lord didn't create us for that. He created us for a life of love, of ecstasy, of beauty, of charm. He made us for that, to share that from his golden hand, that gift that he wants to bestow upon all. And even we've heard from Srila Sridhar Maharaj that actually at the very root, this is the only purpose for this material world. From our side, we may see it as the Durga or the prison or the place where the rebellious souls get thrown, to be for their punishment and their betterment. But that's just from our side. From his side, the Lord Mahaprabhu Chaitanya Dev, his very reason is to rescue the fallen souls. That's what he relishes. That's his lila. His lila is that Madhurja lila, when it in the form of distribution, is Odarja lila. That means he wants to give that to everyone. And so if his lila is to rescue the fallen souls, there has to be a place full of fallen souls for him to come to enact that lila. So that's why, in essence, why we're here in this material world, just to be part of that. So our resolution should be that somehow or another we want to step up to the front of the queue and say, here I am, Lord, please give me that which you have come to give to everyone. Please consider me also as one of those recipients. And really, we won't be disappointed. Srila Guru Maharaj would say that what we are aiming for, that's almost impossible for anyone to get that. Lord Brahma says I don't have that. Lord Shiva says, I'm searching after that. The personified Vedas, they're praying for forgiveness, or our job is meant to be to direct people to that. We couldn't give you to the world as we were meant to do. Please forgive us for that. So, Guru Maharaj is saying to us, that thing that you're looking for, it's so high and so rare and so pure and precious, it's almost impossible for anyone to achieve that. But we shouldn't become despondent when we hear that. We should think that, yes, that may be so, but Krishna, he may be the controller of everything, the master of everything, the greater than the great, bigger than the big, all of these things. But at the same time, he's friendly to us. And we are part and parcel of him. And he has some objective for us, some part for us to play in his Leela, in satisfying him. And this is to be, you can say, fully manifested when we come in contact with the grace of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. When we are able to connect with that in a substantial way and in a real way, then all of those things that Mahaprabhu Chaitanya Dev, that we read about every day in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat, they'll actually be real to us also. And we'll be able to, you can say almost impossibly step into the pages of those books, which are not just books, but actually revealing to us that transcendental world. We'll be able to step into that transcendental world and be part of that, all by his grace. And so, not to worry about the things of this material world, whether they're good or bad or whatever they may be. Let's not make our objective anything to do with that. Our only objective should be for us to make ourselves proper recipients of the grace that's always flowing from that upper world to us. Let us make ourselves fit for that. And that should be our New Year's resolution. And the New Year's resolution, as they say over here, they have a campaign, because it's a kind of fashionable for people to give like puppies to people as a Christmas gift. And so the RSPCA and others, they made this slogan: a dog isn't just for Christmas, a dog is for life. So, we should be thinking that our resolution for Krishna consciousness isn't just for the new year. It's forever, every day, every morning, every moment. We should be aspiring for that. And we should be thinking, this time next year, if I can just come a little closer to my goal, that divine goal, even if every day just 1% more close to that. In a year, that should be 365% more Krishna conscious, if that's possible. I don't know, but that should be our goal. That should be our resolution. And we won't find it in any newfangled thing. We'll find it in the path of the ancient saints, the ancient seers. This is like drinking the water from an ancient well. There you'll get your real nourishment. So this is our thought here on this New Year's Day, and so happy that we can be with the devotees for a little while at least on this day. So thanks very much for listening to my little contribution. Maharaj, back to you. I would like to hear from you. We'd like to hear from Paramananda Prabhu, and many there. I see there are many good devotees here in our company that must have something inspiring to say to us. Jai Srila Gurudev.
Jai Devashish Prabhu, we do need to have the microphone on, don't we? So, yes, so a good foundation for us to start our year as we mean to go on. And already, both Paramananda Prabhu and Jagannath Prabhu, they've been prepared all afternoon for giving some words to you this evening. So I'm interested to hear what they have to say. And then we can maybe add a few words after that, and others may say something too. But we're here to hear. So Paramananda Prabhu, first of all, it was a big surprise. Paramananda Prabhu is in Europe, and Munindra Mohan Prabhu gave him the certificate that he's the first person to call him up and tell him when he's leaving, but not tell him when he's arriving. And so we had a very happy surprise when he arrived just the day before Srila Gurudev's Vyasa Puja. So we've had a very auspicious time, very busy time with the devotees. So anyhow, Paramananda Prabhu, you're never short of a few words, and we look forward to hearing some special words from you.
Well, it's actually me who is the happiest person to be here. That was rather unexpected. That's why I gave the departure date and not the arrival date, because I took it literally a few hours before I flew out. So this is my bad habit. And well, I don't know what to say. I was largely unprepared. But yes, Maharaj did warn me about, yes,
I did.
This is all true, but the air is very clean here, and I've been a little bit lightheaded for a few days, and lots of prasadam, really amazing. This place is absolutely amazing. And it's like, it's not even heavenly, it's beyond heavens, what kind of prasadam is available here. And wonderful devotees, wonderful place, everything is super wonderful. And today, Munindra, Krishnakanta, Shantimo, and Madhurananda Prabhu took me to a nearby town, an ancient town. In Italy, everything is ancient.
Mm.
Maharaj mentioned about the ancient path. I was thinking, oh, I actually walked ancient paths today. And we went through the small streets of the old medieval towns, and we saw Roman ruins and temples that were built 1,000 years ago. So we entered those temples, and sometime in those temples you will see the frescoes, reliefs carved, and they're depicting the life of people at that time. And I observed that really nothing have changed, like at least for 1,000, observable for us, because there's some evidence of what was going on still left, hanging in the temples, hanging in the museums. And then you can see that people were searching for beauty, searching for love, no doubt. But in the meantime, sleeping, eating, mating, busy defending themselves. Nothing have changed. And I'm not even sure if we can call whatever is going on now in the name of the progress some kind of a sophistication of all of that. Probably not. Probably with the sign of minus, because I was just telling to Shantimoy, the new buildings we're seeing, the new construction, first of all, is look horrible. Really, it's not pleasing to the eye, and it's not going to last 50 years. This is what they give, 50 years warranty on the building now. And now we're entering these huge halls where they did not use a modern technology, and they're standing for 1,000 years, unchanged, mostly unrepaired, even just as it is. And those houses that are hundreds of years old, still standing, unbroken, still strong. So that was my observation. So these basic needs, they're still the same. So nothing changed. And we still need the same medicine and the same diet. And that reminded me about Srila Swami Maharaj, when he said that let Hare Krishna Mahamantra be our medicine and the prasadam be our diet. And if we are to follow that with faith and sincerity, then surely we will be cured of this hridrog, of the disease of the heart, attachment to this mundanity in this world. And also when Maharaj mentioned the title of today's talk, I remember two verses that were preserved by Mahaprabhu's followers, composed by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. They're mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and we heard that Mahaprabhu destroyed them upon reading them, but Mukunda Datta, he copied them before giving the palm leaf to Mahaprabhu. He copied them on the wall because they were so wonderful. And he could feel that maybe Mahaprabhu is not ready to disclose his identity, but one of those verses was Vairagam Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga Shiksharta Eka Purushak Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shariradhari Padambujam Yaktamaham Prapadi. And in the verse it is said that Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of God himself, appeared in this world to teach us the service to him and to teach us how to give up what is not conducive to bhakti, devotional service, how to reject that, what is good and what is not. And then he continued, Kalanashta Bhakti Ram Nijamyam Pradushkatum Krishna Chaitanya Nama Avirbhutastasya Padaravinde Gatam Gatam Yatam Chitra Brinda. He said that what was lost long, long ago, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought again. He is teaching the devotional service to himself, that ancient knowledge. He is giving us again. Let my consciousness be just like a bee, always hankering for nectar of his lotus feet. So this is Mahaprabhu's gift to us. And like Devashish Prabhu mentioned, this is our hope in this age. He is giving something that no other avatars of the Lord given to us. Krishna is not giving that easily, but Mahaprabhu is distributing it freely. And we can say he concluded Leela, his Leela, And then he left after him so many representatives, the Goswamis of Vrindavan, Krishnadas Kaviraj, Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Shimananda, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baladev Vibhushan, and so Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Saraswati Thakur, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, and Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. So that is still available. That very knowledge that Mahaprabhu come to give is still available for us. It is there for those who desiring to take it. And like Srila Guru Maharaj said, Krishna consciousness is very simple. All you need to receive that is a sincere hankering for that, sincere desire to receive it. So actually it is very simple. And it is available for those fortunate souls who come in touch with Krishna consciousness and who come in touch with the sincere and authentic and bona fide representatives of that message. We're still carrying that current. So these are a few words that I would like to say to them.
Jai. And when Paramananda was mentioning those two verses of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya before, then they seemed a little familiar. But then I asked, so where do we find these verses? And they are in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And those verses, they were written by him, and they were written on the wall by whom?
They were written on the palm leaf, were composed and written right there in front of, practically in front of Mahaprabhu, who was in the next room, by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Then he passed them to Mukunda Datta. And before Mukunda gave them to Mahaprabhu, he copied them on the wall.
Right.
But upon reading the verses, Mahaprabhu tore the palm leaf apart and threw it away. So this is how the verses were preserved. And the next verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita would glorify the position of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and how dear are those verses to the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said they were wearing them as the garlands around their neck.
Jai. Jagannath Prabhu, you have something to share. So Jagannath Prabhu also meeting the family, he's a sincere seeker, and he's meeting you all, some of you, most of you for the first time perhaps, but give your grace to him, and can share a few words from his thoughts on the matter.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad devotees, nice to meet you. Thank you, Maharaj, for giving me this opportunity to talk. So yes, actually, when Maharaj gave me the topic of tonight, time to walk the ancient path, what came to me is maybe not exactly what the subject matter is about, but somehow I'm thinking maybe to keep it simple, and because it came to me in the first place, just to like share it as it came. Well, so basically, I thought first of my old life, like not actually the ancient path as we think, like what our masters are delivering to us, but like my ancient karmi life. So obviously we don't want to walk this path anymore. And yes, talking about all these things, especially the subtle things that are very deeply rooted inside us and that we want to really get rid of. And sometimes these things they are so subtle, they are so deeply rooted that we don't even notice them, that they are here. They became just like so normal. And it's like really, it's like poison for our life, like in the way we approach life, in the way we enter a relationship with someone, even in the way we see God, for example. Maybe we see God as this like old man with a beard sitting on a cloud and waiting to beat us up every time we do something wrong. Maybe not consciously, but maybe subconsciously somewhere it's still like this image. And to enter into this consciousness that life is beautiful. Krishna is our friend, is our best friend. He's loving us, he's very compassionate. Also is Mahaprabhu and all his associates. And so yeah, if we can enter into this consciousness and really take deeply to our heart the teaching of our masters, and to let go of this like conditionings from the past that really is just like blocking us from advancing, really, and from opening our heart to the knowledge, to the teachings of our masters. So yeah, that's what came to me.
Giant. There's different ways of seeing one phrase. So this is also one way. Our ancient past, let us leave that behind. Okay, so anyhow, a few words from me. And I mean, just happily thinking that we also have been walking some paths and some ancient paths. We went up to Monte Vecchio, those of you who know the Italy ashram here in the north of Italy. It's near a pilgrimage place called Monte Vecchio, and it's a Christian pilgrimage place. But there are paths up to the top of the hill, as many of you know. Temples are very often at the top of a hill when we go on pilgrimage in India. And this church is on the top of a hill. And anyway, we were walking up the path and we were actually thinking, when was this path made? And how many people have like made this path? How much hard work? It's made with so many rocks. And were they all brought there and they're all arranged in a particular way? But these paths go a long way. But we are reaching a hill, we are reaching to the top of the hill easily today because somebody has laid that path previously. And we were reflecting on this, and the pilgrims who have gone there, the monks who had lived there, this was their route to come down to the valley. But our spiritual life, it is something like this. We are following a path which has been shown from the ancient times. It's been built, it's been revealed. We've got our journey through the forest or up the mountain in this case. Well, up the mountain and through the forest because it's all forest going there. And it's not just by one person. It's the contribution of so many. And this is also very similar to taking like being a specialist in any department of modern knowledge also. We don't start from zero, but we follow from the history of the invention of electricity, the invention of this, that, and the other. So we come to build on what's been given before. But Srila Guru Maharaj, in various places, is referring, to the wisdom of the past, etc. And here there's a short quote from him telling about, and he refers, we find several places where Srila Guru Maharaj is referring to Srimad Bhagavatam as ancient knowledge, as the Vedas as ancient knowledge, and the rishis, etc. in ancient times who were researching a place. They are like the research scholars in the spiritual speciality. And he describes how the rishis, they would research where we can find a place where we don't have to labor to live, where everything is hard work, but rather we live in joy, eternity, and joy. And that plane has been researched, shown from revealed scriptures from the life of the rishis in the past. It's the plane only to be found in dedication and not in any other form of austerity and meditation, etc. But still, Srila Guru Maharaj sometimes refers to those ancient rishis who were researching such a place where it's a life, a dignified life that is worth living. So anyway, short quote, Srila Guru Maharaj is saying that Vedic revelation is conceived of by authorities as the most ancient, as well as the most perfect of all versions of revealed truth. The revealed truth as presented by Srimad Bhagavatam and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must be considered full-fledged theism. There it is mentioned what lies beyond the created world is the eternally dancing world. Here we are trapped in the world of contraction and expansion. But in the spiritual realm, everything is an eternal, blissful dance. Still, even the reality there is of a lower and a higher type, according to the nature of rasa. That is transcendental mellow, anandam, ecstasy. So according to that rasa, there are different levels. According to the nature of rasa, which is the desired substance of every conscious unit. So, dear translators, please excuse that we didn't have the opportunity earlier to give you the English to help you to do the translation. But the essence of it surely you have got, and I am trying to speak slowly so you can keep up. Hare Krishna. But this is Srila Guru Maharaj, and you can think at the beginning when we're reading that, okay, he's giving us like some clear, like scientific idea that it is the ancient Vedic revelation. Vedic revelation is conceived by authorities as the most ancient, as well as the most perfect of all versions of revealed truth. And then Srila Guru Maharaj is telling us like these facts, but then what does he come to say? That there in Srimad Bhagavatam, and as shown by Mahaprabhu, there it is mentioned, what lies beyond this created world is the eternally dancing world. How Srila Guru Maharaj is like just so sweetly bringing like facts into rasa, into a mood, into taste, into sweetness. And this is the message of the ancient seers, of the ancient rishis, the ancient scriptures. And this is the message that Srila Guru Maharaj told in his youth, in his young time. He was attracted by the ancient wisdom that had attraction for him as a youth, and not so many other things. And what is the path of the ancient, what was the title? The path of the ancient...
Time to walk the ancient path.
Time to walk the ancient path. Okay, so the path that's been chalked out. But chalked out in ancient times, but brought right to the modern time, so we can see that path, so we can recognize it and follow it, brought to the modern times by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years ago, which probably we don't think of as ancient. But so Mahaprabhu, he's bringing that message of Srimad Bhagavatam that Srila Guru Maharaj is describing as ancient in here and in other places. And then through the parampara to the modern time, the time when there are motor cars, where there are printing presses, where there is communication. So the message of ancient times has been presented to us, shown to us by the very life of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Gurudev. Means Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rokha Kridadev Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. And that ancient path is also the eternal path. Not only is it ancient from the past, the devotional service is the established path to reach the Lord, to come to the Lord, to enter into Vaikuntha and the upper planets. But it is not only ancient, but it is the opposite of ancient. Oh, well, eternal. So from the past to the future, I suppose, goes to eternal future. That this is the message to be brought into our hearts. This is not only ancient, but also eternal for the future. And the message for Kali Yuga is to chant the holy names of the Lord, and specifically the Maha Mantra. So we can take many things for granted. We think, oh, yeah, easily, we know all this. But it is rare to have all this pointed out to us. It's so rare that Kali Yuga is already 5,000 years old, approximately. And more or less, only the last 500 years has there been any particular stress that in Kali Yuga, your way is to chant the names of the Lord. And the Maha Mantra is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the worship of Krishna plus worship established and shown, the worship of Radha Krishna, plus Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being Radha and Krishna combined, distributing that highest gift to the world, the worship of Mahaprabhu. All of this coming together in the modern age by the grace of the modern acharyas, or you can say recent acharyas, presenting the ancient path. What that has led to in Kali Yuga. So we have here on the walking paths, we have signboards to say, you know, different direction, it takes this long, different direction takes this long. But we've got the signboards from our masters of what to do, what is that ancient path? So we need to chant Hare Krishna, learn to be devoted to Krishna, worship Krishna, chant Krishna's name, and tell others about Krishna, and about Radha Krishna, and about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Louder, louder.
I just remember that verse from Brahma Samhita, Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Madhyam Purana Purusham Navayovanamsha. So Adhyam Purana Purusham Navayovanamsha. He is the oldest of the old. In fact, there is no beginning for him. We cannot trace where this all started. But yet, even though he is the oldest of all, he remains Navayovanam, always fresh, forever fresh. So everything that is coming from him and connected to him is of the same nature. So it's not that, oh, that was then, and now it is not really, it's not updated, it's not up to the date. The time have changed. No, it's still fresh, ever fresh, forever fresh, and always keep refreshing.
Hare Krishna and Brahma Samhita from Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe. Hare Krishna. Now that's going into, that must be in ancient times. Surely this is in the ancient category, the beginning of the universe.
Yeah, it's
quite old.
More ancient than the Romans.
More ancient. Yeah, we're in Italy. They say all roads lead to Rome, but we need to take the road that goes to Goloka Vrindavan. And not all roads go to Goloka Vrindavan, as Guru Maharaj would stress. According to our worship, we will go to that destination. We will go along that road. So we should set our destination and then understand the proper worship. And so gradually or quickly, this is being given to us by our masters and into our heart by some good fortune and the grace of the Vaishnavas. Our goal is Goloka Vrindavan, and our very method is to pray for the grace of Nitai and Gauranga, of Guru and Gauranga, and try to draw their grace, at least make ourselves fit, as Devashish Prabhu was saying, to be a good receiver. And how to do that is to follow their guidance. They have come to teach us. They've come with the tips. If we just ignore what they're advising us, really, how can we expect, except in the category of I'm so fallen, I can't even do what you ask me to do? I'm not sure that that's really the safe way to go. Rather, we'll say, yes, I'm so fallen, I'm trying to do what you're asking me to do, but maybe very insufficiently. But we do want to take to our heart what's been advised to us. So the ancient path is not only the ancient path, it's the path which is continuing now and will continue long after we are gone. The paths we are walking on, they were built, I do not know, 200 or 300 years ago. I don't know how old the church is, but it was a long time ago, a well-worn path. And after we are gone, people will still be walking on those paths. And so similarly, the spiritual life, it is the eternal path, and truth is eternal. The way to go to that truth has been given in the books of truth. And so every Kali Yuga, the emphasis is going to be to chant the holy name of the Lord. Next Kali Yuga also. But next Kali Yuga and the one after and one after and one after won't be the original Mahaprabhu coming. Will be the avatar Mahaprabhu, not avatari. Just as the original Krishna was just now, I mean, at the end of the Dwapara Yuga, just before the beginning of Kali Yuga. That's the original Krishna. And then the only time he comes originally next time is after 1 day of Brahma, which is a long, long time. Hare Krishna. So the ancient scriptures, the ancient rishis, all brought, that path is all brought to us. And so 1st of January 2024, let's make sure we can try to stay on this path and walk along it every day. Not some days, but every day. Hare Krishna. Okay. Come, David Assey. Please, I know you've got something, because you always do some beautiful things for us. Come, Diri, there in the United States, somewhere on the west, heading north, either California or Oregon, maybe.
Oregon, Maharaj, almost maybe 10 miles north of the border of California.
Okay. Jai, so come, Diri, please.
May I obeisance to all of the devotees. It's a very auspicious way to start a new year. And I'm so glad that Devashish Prabhu brought this topic, because just like every day we might have some review at the end of the day, a checklist in our mind, maybe a little brief, but to think, am I serving as much as I could? Am I committing too many offenses? What can I do about that? And to review at least a little bit like that every day, then to start a new year, we can review like crazy and list all of the things that we want to be following, and keep refining that and keep taking the assistance of the sadhus. And I just pray that I can come to this platform of, as you are all talking today, Devashish Prabhu and Paramananda Prabhu and Jagannath Prabhu, so good to hear from you as well, and Maharaj, your summaries, and which reveal such extensive depth. And we need to hear again and again and again. I'm just reminded of what we are after is truly Sanatan Dharma. It is not any ism. It's the necessity of the soul eternally. And because of our wayward nature, we have developed so many different kinds of religions and opinions about what is Dharma. And they even end up fighting wars with each other because they're so convinced that they have arrived at the true religion. Some countries even write it into their constitution. We have freedom of religion, but in actuality, the soul has freedom to express his love of God and to seek how to find that. And so that's what we're graced with. And it's been wonderful to hear all of you emphasizing this again and again. What a way to start a new year. I pray for your association very much sometime in this year. Okay.
Everybody's association here.
Yes.
We're going to meet.
Yes.
But in London, it's the London Zoom. There we are. Devashish Ru, have you got room for us all?
Yes, Maharaj, for sure.
Okay.
Contraction, expansion.
Contraction and
Expansion in this
expansion.
case.
Yes, we never say no. Who wants to come? Yes, please come.
Jai. And in Navadip, we were never full. It means, yes, we were full. But in Navadip, there was always room for more. We never turned anyone away and said, no, we got no space. Actually, all right, expansion and contraction again. I was going to make a mundane example, but being Calcutta, anyone who's been to Calcutta knows the buses can get full, but there's always room for one. So following that example, Chaitanya Sarasat Mat would get full, but there are always room for 20 more, 30 more. And mystically, everyone got a space. And it was almost as part of the festival to have some austerities and be sharing many people in a room, in a corridor.
What austerities, man?
Yeah, no austerities compared with the gift of sadhu sangha, of associating with the devotees. No austerities. And it is a fact. And we noted it, and it was very clear in Navadip. When we first went to Navadip, really, you can say there were no facilities. Practically, I mean, there was floor and some roof over your head, a tin roof. In my case, the first place I stayed was it had a tin roof and just a simple wall. The very first kind of building where the printing press came to be, on the left as you enter in through the gate. So we had basically no facility, and just on the floor, on just one of those straw mats, and supplying our own mat, supplying our own mosquito net. And then we're bathing at the well. Electricity was basically non-existent, and living with the really minimal things and no space, no one man, one room or anything like this. And we had no complaints.
That's right.
No complaints, because that time everybody was so eager to come to Guru Maharaj in a time of great necessity for guidance, for shelter. And so, like Devashish was saying, everyone is welcome, always will be space. And so that time, everyone is welcome, and there is no space as such, but there was no complaint from anyone either. The purpose of coming to be with the devotees, the purpose of coming there to take shelter of Guru Maharaj was like paramount, and everyone just felt so fortunate that they'd made it, that they had that opportunity. So it's something to keep in mind in this modern world, which we seem to think that a lot of things are necessary and we need facility, but we really need nothing except the grace of Guru and Gauranga, actually. to stay on the ancient path.
Jai.
Prabhu.
Well, what can I say? As Raj was talking about Navadvip and how it was always a space. I just remember this past time when Mahaprabhu was in the house of Vidyavachaspati. So many people came to see him in Navadvip. And they said that every tree was over, there were people on every branch, and the branch wouldn't break, however thin the branch was. There's some kind of a special mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that there is always a space for those who are hankering for that. However, Maharaj is saying austere, but at that time, I remember when I joined Krishna consciousness, I wasn't thinking how much space I'm going to get and how comfortable my mattress will be. Or will I have a soft pillow, or will I have a pillow at all? I wasn't even considering, that wasn't a thought. I was just thanking God for letting me be here, wherever and however, really. And I really hope that I can preserve that mood. I'm not very successful in that, I have to confess, but I hope I often remember that mood. So really, this is how it should be. No external considerations.
Mm.
But the Ashish Prabhu is not saying there will be nowhere to sleep, and there will be no mattress or anything like that. Just to make it clear.
Yeah, I mean, when Srila Gurudev was in London, we didn't have the West London mart. We only had Green Street. And how we fitted everybody in there, I can't imagine, is impossible. I mean, and to my shame, sometimes our revered sannyasis who were staying with Gurudev, they had to go and use the public toilets in the market nearby. And, but no complaint from anyone there. No one complained. And only Gurudev complained that we must find somewhere bigger for our devotees. But other than that, nobody made any complaint. Everyone was just happy to be there. Even sometimes devotees would be outside on the street because there wasn't enough room physically to fit everybody in. And devotees would come and sit with Gurudev upstairs in his sitting room, and after an hour we would say, so there's devotees who haven't had a chance to see Gurudev, please someone, you can give up some seat and let them come. And mostly the devotees were very gracious. Yes, I've been sitting with Gurudev for an hour, let someone else come and sit for some time. And I still don't believe, I still don't understand how it was possible. It was like Paramananda Prabhu says, some kind of mystical contraction and expansion, and devotees just sleeping everywhere. Myself and Krishna Chandra Prabhu, we just slept in a tent in the backyard, and the basement, which was not like it is today, it was just like a storage area, and there were like 20 devotees sleeping down there, like on top of each other, more or less, and not one ever complained. No one complained. Anyway, and actually it was something that made it more exciting. And Gurudev also could see those who were, taking some a little hardship to provide the service of the Vaishnavas that were coming there, and to try and give some facility according to our means. And Gurudev noted it. He may not have said anything, but he saw everything and understood everything. Those were all special times. So now we won't go anywhere unless we've got full Wi-Fi and hot and cold, whatever it is, and a nice mattress and a nice, some nice air conditioning.
I will, Devashish Prabhu. I will.
Me too.
Yeah. All right. I think our time is over this evening.
And truly, we've all been, all of you, all of us, we've all been through these quite intense days recently of Srila Gurudev's Vyasa Puja, and Srila Guru Maharaj and Christmas, Vyasa Puja Guru, then Vyasa Puja Gurudev, then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disappearance, and then New Year's Eve, New Year. I mean, lots of association with the devotees. And then here we are with the Zoom. It's so happy to see you, so many of you, I mean, all of you, to see you with us. And we do like feel we are all together closely. And so, I just want to express my appreciation. And here we are. We're trying to do our best, and really our best is as much as we can to remember, to understand, to try to live the life according to the nature of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj, what they expect of us. Let us all try our best. It's not big and complicated. It's simple but sincere. Try our best to chant Hare Krishna. Be serviceful in heart. Try to do service. Meet with devotees when you can. Offer your food. Chant Hare Krishna. Read the books every day. All sorts of things. Prapana Jivanamritam, Guru Maharaj stressed. Shri Shri Prapana Jivanamritam. Dear devotees, we're all coming together. If we had crowns on our heads, but we're not gods, so we don't, then we can put all our heads to the ground, and there'll be a big crash of the sound of all the helmets touching the ground as we give obeisances to each other and chant the glories. Jai Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktis. Oh, Devashishu should be doing this. He's our London. You're our MC. Sorry, Devashishu.
No, Maharaj, not at all. We always want to hear it from you.
Okay, well, this time, because I kind of put my feet in my mouth, then Jai Srila Gurudev Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaja Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Srila Guru Maharaj Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakhal Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai, Jai.
Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Bhaga Ki Jai. Shri Sriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. And all the present day Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
All the assembled devotees Ki Jai.
Jai.
Headed by Kumkum Devidasi, Devashish Prabhu, and many senior devotees with us. And I think I saw Ketida recently, and I've seen some devotees. Tunga Rasa Devidasi is there. Ganga Leela, the senior devotees are here with us. Chaitanya Moy Devidasi, serving to Gurudev, serving in India when Gurudev is there. Indu Lekha Devidasi, hiding behind the name of Indu USA. Anyway, and others, all of you very much appreciated, and to Jais to you all. Subhasini Didi also, senior devotee. To each of you, and to Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda, our humble obeisances. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha.
And Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai.
And to each of you all over the world, and all Brazilian devotees, Latvian devotees, I better not mention all the countries because I may miss some out, but to all of you, East Coast America, West Coast America, yes, worldwide, and Ananda Sarupini, also that. Jai to each of you, and Dwarakesh Prabhu, obeisances, happy to see you with us, the London devotees, in the London mat indeed. And in Latvia, and to our translators, Hari Gopal Prabhu, and there with Braja Krishna Prabhu, Indumati Devidasi, in Daugavpils in Latvia, and translation into I was going to say Italian, but into Portuguese by Chaitanya Moy Devidasi. Greatly appreciated, all of you. Dandavat Pranam, Amra Akshi. We are going to walk down the ancient road. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.